The SR-71 Blackbird outran missiles, broke aviation records, and became history's most legendary reconnaissance aircraft during the height of the Cold War. For decades, thousands of missiles tracked the Blackbird, yet none successfully intercepted this extraordinary aircraft during operational reconnaissance missions. Built in complete secrecy, the SR-71 Blackbird introduced engineering breakthroughs that remained unmatched for decades. Flying above 80,000 feet, the Blackbird routinely operated beyond the reach of most fighters and surface-to-air missile systems. Every mission pushed the limits of aviation technology while collecting intelligence that shaped critical military and political decisions throughout the Cold War. Its remarkable titanium construction allowed the aircraft to survive temperatures generated while cruising faster than 3 times the speed of sound. Pilots described flying the Blackbird as operating a machine that constantly balanced incredible speed, precision, and extreme environmental conditions. This extraordinary aircraft became an enduring symbol of American innovation, intelligence superiority. The story of the Blackbird began during the Cold War, when global tensions demanded intelligence beyond the reach of conventional aircraft. Nuclear competition forced both superpowers to seek reliable intelligence without risking direct military confrontation across hostile borders. Existing reconnaissance aircraft increasingly struggled against advanced Soviet radar systems and rapidly improving surface-to-air missile technology. The 1960 U-2 incident dramatically exposed the dangers facing slower reconnaissance aircraft operating over hostile territory. American leaders demanded an aircraft capable of surviving through speed instead of relying solely upon altitude or secrecy. Engineers received one extraordinary challenge: build an aircraft faster than any missile that could possibly pursue it. Lockheed's legendary Skunk Works accepted the challenge and quietly began developing one of aviation history's greatest technological achievements. What emerged for that secret program would redefine reconnaissance aviation and remain unmatched for generations despite continuous technological progress. Every major component required entirely new engineering solutions because no existing aircraft had ever attempted sustained flight above Mach 3. Conventional aluminum construction would melt under extreme aerodynamic heating, forcing engineers to adopt titanium despite enormous manufacturing difficulties. Acquiring enough titanium secretly became a global intelligence operation because the Soviet Union controlled much of the world's supply. Workers developed completely new manufacturing techniques because machining titanium regularly destroyed conventional industrial cutting tools and equipment. Fuel tanks intentionally leaked while parked because the aircraft expanded dramatically after reaching extreme operating temperatures during flight. Engineers accepted seemingly unusual compromises because every design decision supported unmatched speed, survivability. Against extraordinary odds, the Skunk Works created an aircraft that permanently changed military aviation and strategic intelligence gathering forever. The SR-71 achieved cruising speeds exceeding Mach 3, making it the fastest operational air-breathing aircraft ever placed into military service. At maximum speed, aerodynamic friction heated the aircraft so intensely that much of its structure became incredibly hot during flight. Pilots often describe the Blackbird as flying so high that Earth's curvature became clearly visible through the cockpit windows. The aircraft accelerated so rapidly that hostile interceptors frequently disappeared behind it before completing their attack positions. Flying above 80,000 feet placed the Blackbird beyond the practical operating limits of nearly every contemporary military aircraft. Every high-speed mission demanded extraordinary precision because tiny navigation errors could become enormous mistakes across thousands of kilometers. The Blackbird's remarkable performance forced military planners worldwide to rethink the future of aerial reconnaissance and strategic surveillance capabilities. Speed became the Blackbird's greatest defensive weapon, allowing it to survive missions that seemed impossible for any other aircraft. Although never truly invisible, the Blackbird's distinctive shape dramatically reduced radar detection compared with conventional reconnaissance aircraft of its era. Engineers carefully aligned every surface to minimize radar reflections while preserving the aerodynamic efficiency required for sustained Mach 3 flight. Special heat-resistant coatings helped absorb portions of incoming radar energy while protecting the aircraft from extreme aerodynamic temperatures. The aircraft's long, narrow profile generated fewer radar reflections than many larger military aircraft operating during the same period. Radar operators frequently struggled to maintain reliable tracking because the Blackbird crossed defended airspace at extraordinary speed and altitude. Instead of relying solely upon stealth, designers combined reduced radar visibility with unmatched speed to maximize survivability against sophisticated air defenses. The Blackbird proved survivability could result from intelligent engineering rather than complete invisibility to hostile radar systems. These remarkable design choices laid the foundation for future stealth aircraft that would revolutionize military aviation during the decades ahead. The SR-71 depended upon two revolutionary J-58 engines, capable of operating unlike any other jet engines ever placed into military service. At extreme speeds, the J-58 gradually transitioned into a hybrid propulsion system resembling a ramjet more than a traditional turbojet. Most incoming air bypassed the engine core during high-speed flight, dramatically improving efficiency while maintaining tremendous thrust above Mach 3. Massive movable inlet spikes automatically controlled supersonic airflow before it entered the engines, ensuring stable combustion throughout every mission. Even tiny intake disturbances could produce violent compressor stalls, demanding exceptional pilot skill and precise automated engine control systems. Specialized JP7 fuel resisted ignition under normal conditions, making it uniquely suited for the incredible temperatures experienced by the Blackbird. Engineers even required a chemical ignition system because conventional methods could not reliably ignite the remarkably stable JP7 fuel. Together, these extraordinary propulsion technologies enabled sustained flight beyond Mach 3 while remaining unmatched for decades after the Blackbird entered service. The Blackbird carried some of the world's most advanced reconnaissance equipment, gathering intelligence without crossing directly into hostile airspace. High-resolution optical cameras photographed enormous regions with astonishing clarity from altitudes unreachable by ordinary reconnaissance aircraft of the period. Side-looking airborne radar mapped strategic military installations even through clouds, darkness, and poor weather conditions across vast territories. Specialized electronic sensors detected radar emissions, helping analysts identify enemy air defense networks without engaging them directly. Every reconnaissance mission collected thousands of valuable intelligence records supporting military planning, diplomacy, and national security throughout the Cold War. Intelligence gathered by the Blackbird frequently influenced critical decisions without adversaries ever realizing their activities had been carefully observed. Few reconnaissance platforms combine such speed, altitude, endurance, and intelligence capabilities within a single aircraft as successfully as the Blackbird. The Blackbird transformed reconnaissance into a strategic advantage that shaped international security throughout one of history's most dangerous geopolitical rivalries. Soviet air defense crews launched hundreds of missiles toward Blackbird missions, yet every aircraft successfully escaped through overwhelming speed and altitude. Rather than turning away from danger, Blackbird crews accelerated beyond Mach 3 whenever hostile missiles threatened their aircraft. Enemy radar operators often watched the Blackbird disappear from interception range before defensive systems could complete accurate targeting solutions. No operational Blackbird was ever destroyed by hostile missile fire, despite decades of challenging reconnaissance missions over dangerous regions. Speed consistently proved more reliable than evasive maneuvers because the aircraft simply outran every realistic interception attempt launched against it. Blackbird pilots trusted extraordinary engineering because the aircraft's unmatched performance repeatedly defeated the world's most sophisticated defensive missile systems. The aircraft demonstrated that overwhelming performance could become the ultimate defensive strategy against even the most determined military adversaries. The Blackbird's incredible escape record remains one of the greatest achievements in aviation and military reconnaissance history. The Blackbird established more than 30 official world records, many of which demonstrated performance that remains astonishing even by modern standards. One famous flight crossed the United States in little more than 1 hour, astonishing aviation experts and military observers worldwide. During routine operations, the Blackbird often flew faster than commercial aircraft by an astonishing margin measured in thousands of kilometers per hour. Crew members wore specialized pressure suits because normal flight equipment could never protect them at operational Blackbird altitudes. At cruising altitude, the sky appeared almost black, while the stars became visible even during daylight reconnaissance missions. Every successful mission reinforced the Blackbird's legendary reputation as one of history's most extraordinary technological achievements in military aviation. Pilots frequently joked that air traffic controllers could only watch the Blackbird disappear before finishing their radio transmissions. Few aircraft have inspired such admiration from engineers, historians, and aviation enthusiasts as the legendary SR-71 Blackbird. Despite its extraordinary capabilities, the Blackbird demanded enormous operating costs that eventually challenged its long-term future within the United States Air Force. Advancing reconnaissance satellites increasingly provided global intelligence coverage without exposing aircrews to operational risks above hostile territory. Military planners gradually shifted towards space-based surveillance, believing satellites could accomplish many reconnaissance missions once assigned to the Blackbird. The Air Force officially retired the SR-71, ending one of the most remarkable operational careers in aviation history. Many pilots and intelligence professionals argued that no satellite could completely replace the flexibility offered by crewed reconnaissance aircraft. Public admiration for the Blackbird continued growing long after its retirement, inspiring documentaries, museums, and generations of future aerospace engineers. Even after retirement, the Blackbird remained an unmatched benchmark for speed, engineering excellence, and strategic reconnaissance capability worldwide. Although retired from service, the SR-71 Blackbird continues symbolizing technological ambition pushed beyond what once seemed physically possible. Even decades after retirement, aerospace engineers continue studying the Blackbird to understand how its revolutionary technologies achieved unmatched operational performance. Many technologies pioneered for the Blackbird influenced later generations of military aircraft, spacecraft, and advanced aerospace engineering programs worldwide. Aviation museums proudly preserve the Blackbird because few machines better represent human determination to overcome extraordinary engineering challenges through innovation. The Blackbird remains one of history's clearest examples of how bold engineering can redefine military strategy and technological possibilities forever. No aircraft has ever combined sustained Mach 3 flight, operational reliability, and strategic reconnaissance as successfully as the legendary Blackbird. Its remarkable achievements continue inspiring future generations of pilots, engineers, scientists, and aviation enthusiasts around the world every single year. Few military aircraft have achieved such legendary status while remaining symbols of technological excellence and strategic intelligence gathering throughout modern history. More than an aircraft, the Blackbird became an enduring symbol of innovation, courage, and engineering excellence against extraordinary technological challenges. More than half a century after its first flight, the SR-71 Blackbird still represents the absolute pinnacle of high-speed reconnaissance aviation. Every record, every mission, and every innovation strengthened the Blackbird's reputation as one of history's greatest aerospace engineering achievements. Few aircraft have ever inspired such universal admiration from military professionals, historians, engineers, and aviation enthusiasts across multiple generations. Its extraordinary combination of speed, altitude, intelligence capability, and reliability remains unmatched. The Blackbird proved that extraordinary vision, engineering excellence, and determination can accomplish goals once considered completely impossible by experts. Even today, no discussion about legendary reconnaissance aircraft is complete without recognizing the unmatched achievements of the remarkable SR-71. The Blackbird's remarkable legacy continues reminding the world that innovation often begins by challenging what everyone believes cannot be achieved. Long after retirement, the SR-71 remains an enduring symbol of technological courage, strategic intelligence, and limitless aerospace ambition. If you enjoyed discovering the incredible story behind the SR-71 Blackbird, there are many more legendary military technologies still waiting to explore. Subscribe to Debrief Room for more cinematic documentaries covering legendary aircraft, intelligence operations, naval power, and military innovation. Tell us which legendary military machine you would like us to cover next in a future documentary episode. Thank you for watching The Debrief Room, where strategy, intelligence, and innovation come together to reveal the world's greatest military stories.